has been our third meeting for civil society organizations and the African Union organs. Mainly we had 4 organs: the African Peer Review Mechanism, the ECOSOC, or Economic and Social Council. We also had the Youth Envoy for Africa, appointed by the AU. And then we also had the African Court on Human and People's Rights. But we also had a number of civil society organizations, about 10 of them. And what we are doing is to make sure that they collaborate better and they work to understand the nature of data that we gather as Afrobarometer. So the principle of the project is to use that data for ensuring that we understand the status of governance, democracy, and human rights. And because civil society organizations are closer to their constituents in these countries, and also the African Union has its Agenda 2063, we want to make sure that we interlink them and they do collaborative activities. We have achieved the understanding of the Afrobarometer data, and basically we were trying to expose them to the data and also seeking their understanding on what data they can use on governance, democracy, and human rights.
The work that Afrobarometer has been doing over the years would speak a lot to the work that I am doing. There's the niche to have accurate data to support what you want to do, the problems that you want to solve. And everyone else in the civil society space, I would say, we'd be able to create more programs that speak to the actual data that has been conducted by Afrobarometer.
And then the two, we are looking at the information platforms that exist. Mainly, there is an information platform we are developing within the project, coordinated by a partner known as Laws Africa and Africa Lee.
The African Lee website with all the materials from the African Union, the legislation, the decisions of the courts and tribunals on human rights issues. I went and I checked through it, and it has things as recent as September of 2022, which is shocking and also very nice to see. So it makes research a lot easier to have all that information in the same place, very easily searchable.
And then day 3, we are looking at advocacy and how these institutions who are members of the project and the CSOs can advocate better in terms of using the data and using the information platform.
I've learned on the importance of stakeholder engagement, especially the component of stakeholder mapping, where different stakeholders are brought on board to influence on policy and advocacy.
Therefore, then we came and linked together the civil society organizations and the African Union organs so that they start exchanging knowledge and information, and then they forge a common ground on common activities.
I think that when we talk about stakeholders, collaboration is very important, especially when we work to make sure that youth matters actively and discuss at decision-making levels. It's very important for us to work with different organizations, in this case civil society organizations, and the different African Union organs, so that in whatever processes we are doing and decisions we are taking, we have a broader perspective based on the different organizations.
And we believe we have achieved better knowledge for these CSOs and African Union on each other, and that they are going to collaborate. They have exchanged information on each other. Some of them already started networking while we were here, and we plan to follow up these initiatives, and we see how it works in the next 2 years, 2023 and 2024. And we believe it's going to be a successful venture.